Hey, what's up, everybody? It's AJ from The Healthy Project, here to help you live longer, better, healthier lives through exercise and nutrition. So what we're going to do today is give you a method that you can apply to your life to see your body begin to transform, because application and not information leads to transformation. So if you want to see your body begin to transform in ways that you never imagined it could, we're going to jump in today. So what we're going to be doing is helping you design your macronutrient split. As always, make sure you run any of these changes and decisions by your doctor, because I am not a doctor. I'm not a CSCS. I am not a dietitian or nutrition coach. Instead, I am taking some basic scientific principles that have come from years of personal study, of my own education in pre-med, and what I'm doing is taking and distilling those principles down into things that you can do to start experiencing the transformations that you want to experience. So make sure you run these decisions by your doctor, get their help in designing a plan that fits your specific goals and your specific needs. So last week we talked about calories in and calories out, and how that can be the biggest impact on your total overall body composition. But beyond that, what we want to talk about is the macronutrients, because if calories in, calories out is 50% of the way, another 30% would come from making sure that your macronutrients are in the right order. So what we're going to do today, rather than look like a bodybuilder split of 50-30-20 for protein, carbs, and fats, or rather than look at something like the 30 bad diet, which is 85% carbohydrate, or a ketogenic diet, which might be 75% fat. Instead, we're going to look at how you can, using your body mass, determine your specific dietary needs. And it begins with my old friend from my teaching days, the whiteboard. So here on our handy dandy whiteboard, we have our protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Now, if you're looking, remember last week we talked about how protein, regardless of where that source of protein comes from, regardless of where you're getting protein from, it has 4 calories. That is a calorie is just that unit of energy again, 4 calories per gram of protein. And what that means is that depending on your specific goals and your specific activity level, your requirements of protein can change drastically. Someone who's pretty sedentary, whose goal is just to have a little bit of a healthier diet, you might need a lower protein intake of 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 grams per pound of body weight. Someone who, like me, I'm an athlete. I train 6 to 7 days a week, 1 to 2 times a day. Every single week, multiple hours a day, I need a drastically higher protein input. And so my protein goals are at the max end of the other, the maximum end of the spectrum. I eat 1.25 grams of protein every day. That means for my 200 pounds of body weight, I eat 250 grams of protein, or 1,000 calories of protein every single day, as you can see right here. Now, we also said this, that fat, regardless of where a fat source is, regardless of where you're getting your fat, all fat has 9 calories per gram. And what you want to do is take your lean body mass. That is, if you are drastically overweight, if you do have a higher body fat composition, I wouldn't base these goals off of your overall body weight. I'd look for your lean body mass. But what you want to do is multiply your lean body mass in pounds by 0.4, and that is going to bring you how many grams of fat you need to eat every day. Now, I again weigh 200 pounds, and that means I eat around 80 grams of fat each day. We can go over saturated, monounsaturated, and polyunsaturated. We can go over those fats at a later date. What we're talking about today is the general scope of your protein, your fat, and your carbohydrates. But that 80 grams of fat times 9 calories per gram leaves me with about 720 calories of fat every single day. So if I wanted to find out how many grams of carbohydrates I need to consume each day, there is a simple method to do it. So we begin by multiplying our protein out. You find your activity level, your specific goals. Are you trying to put on muscle, or just maintain, or maybe just lose some weight overall? And you get that total right here. You would check out your fats, and remember those fats are useful for hormones. They're useful to help do fat-soluble vitamins. They are useful to help your body communicate and build cells the way that you want to. And so you would set that fat goal right there, and you would take the calories between the two of them and add them into this little equation right here. And this equation is pretty simple. You're going to take that total daily energy expenditure. Remember when we talked about BMR and how many calories you need all day? If you don't remember, you can check that video out right here. But if you take that number that you come up with and you plug it in, mine is 3,260 calories a day, and you subtract your total number of calories right there, you come up with the total number of calories in carbohydrates that you need to consume each day. And if you're trying to figure out how many grams that is, remember last week as well, we said just like protein, that a carbohydrate has 4 calories per gram. So for me, based off of my specific goals of trying to add on some muscle, I need to consume right around 385 grams or 1,540 calories of carbohydrates every single day. Now, after you have found this amount of information, you're free to do a lot of things with it. For example, if you wanted to put on a little bit of muscle mass, you could add around 300 calories of carbohydrates to your diet to begin packing on a little bit more muscle size. If you wanted to lose some weight, you could begin to increase your activity level or decrease your calories, and I'd specifically focus on doing that in those carbohydrates because there isn't, as we talked about last week, an essential carbohydrate. They're beneficial to you, but they're not necessarily as essential as a protein or a fat are. So I would adjust my carbohydrates and my activity level to allow myself to have a little bit of a caloric deficit. We said if you aimed for 500 calories in a deficit every day over a week, you could probably expect to lose around a pound that week. That is, if you had a 250 calorie deficit, you might only lose a half pound that week. But if you take this method from Method Monday and apply it to your life, what you're going to be able to see is some positive body transformation. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys be able to share and post the links to your pics, share your stories of how these principles have been able to transform your life. And as always, if you have any questions at all, make sure to drop a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure to like and share this video with your friends, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so that you get a notification every time we upload new content here. And as always, stay healthy. I cannot wait to see you guys